Warning. The following content is made for educational and entertainment purposes only. The contents of this video may be disturbing for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do not harass anyone mentioned in this video, but feel free to roast the Predator in the comments. Jimmy Billings, better known as the Dark Side Jester and Friends, or Jester the Molester if you'd like to swing that way. His channel was created on December 16th of 2020, and he became pretty known in the community within the 3 years following that. He would leave jokingly sexual comments on some videos, but really nothing predatorial, as Jimmy was only about 16 at the time. It wasn't until September of 2023 where things started to go downhill. Jimmy and a few other people, most of which being minors, were in a WhatsApp group chat where Jimmy lied about his age to the minors. For what purpose, I'm not sure. Now, we'll be welcoming the first of many guests for this episode, just a little skelly boy.
I didn't know Jimmy for too long, but in the time that I did, he lied about his age because I was added to a group chat with some friends, and I'm not going to name any, but he lied to us all saying he was 14, even though he was obviously, I want to say he's 19, almost 20. So, that's kind of like the only negative interaction I had with him. And he was just kind of a weird person when I talked to him. I personally didn't like talking to him. He was quiet. It just seemed like he liked listening to everyone. Just the kind of weird guy. Yeah.
Now, you may think that's not too bad, but there's more. Oh boy, a lot more. Fast forward to December 2023. Jimmy is in a group chat with some people, again, mostly minors, but that's besides the point. From a reliable person who has chosen to remain anonymous, who was also in that group chat, I was told the following information. Apparently, Jimmy admitted that he had a crush on a content creator who you may know, who is obviously a minor, and whose name I will be keeping anonymous for obvious reasons. This is his main victim. Jimmy at the time did not know her age, but it is extremely obvious that she is a minor. It is extremely creepy that he felt that way about a minor, and later on we'll find out what he was planning to do to her was completely despicable. In the meantime, though, he had to quench his thirst with another minor. Here to talk about that situation is our second guest. So, change of plans. What Jimmy did to this person and his family was so bad that he didn't even want to talk about it. I've decided to keep his name confidential. Here's my understanding of what happened. Jimmy was in yet another group chat, mostly minors again. We can see a trend here. And one of the people in that group chat's sister wanted to join the hunter community, so he decided to add her to their group chat. His sister was 13. Within around 10 minutes, Jimmy was already privately talking to her through WhatsApp and was on the phone with her. Jimmy had asked her to be his girlfriend, and keep in mind that Jimmy here is 19 and this girl is only 13. I'm not sure what else went on, but it must have been pretty bad considering that the father walked into the room and screamed his lungs out at Jimmy. Jimmy is just an overall creep in general, but did a little yelling from his dad stop Jimmy from being one? Absolutely not. In fact, that's not even the worst of it. Back to Jimmy's main victim. Starting in about January, a lot of people were doing fan art of the original character made and based off of Jimmy's main victim. So, of course, Jimmy had to hop on the bandwagon. But Jimmy, being Jimmy, he couldn't just draw normal fan art. No, he had to over-sexualize the minor to a whole other level. I'll show some of his drawings on the screen right now. Just know that any character in the drawings that is male is based off of himself, Jimmy. Absolutely gross. And may I point out that in most of the drawings, there were underwear strings showing, with the skirt falling down. In a few, there were bra straps showing as well. I noticed this, and this is when I contacted, guess who, folks? WillowLovesHalloween. So at this point, I had never talked to Willow before, so I started off and I asked, hey, I know you expose a lot of pedophiles in the community, and I've sadly found another. It's the Dark Side Jester and Friends on YouTube. I have a lot of proof and a few things to tell you about him too. Worst part is, I used to be friends with him. He ended up saying a few days later, once he saw the message, to see the proof and hear what happened. I ended up replying with, Alright, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with insert victim name here, but she's a haunter, and I'm pretty sure she's around 15. Either way, she's a minor. Darkside Jester is 19, I think. As he said, he was in his first year of college. He used to be in a group chat on WhatsApp with my friend, blank, where he accidentally said he had a crush on her. Now, that's creepy to begin with, but that's not where it ends. He has made several posts on YouTube with fan art for her, and the way he depicts her is, well, disturbing. I'll send some screenshots of them after. And there are tons of them too, not only those. And the comments are even worse. I can send some more screenshots of those too, I just don't think I have them saved, so I'll have to go back and grab them. Willow basically then said he's doing Predator exposees in silent, and this one is no different. There has to be proof of him being outright sexual until we can do anything. He said they are definitely pedophilic behaviors, and he was aware that Darkside may be a minor, which has since been proven otherwise. He said we have to get confirmation on his age, and then proof of him being outright sexual towards a minor before any report can be made. He said as soon as he gets the proof, he will be sending screenshots to the right people. Willow did at one point suggest that it might be a good idea to make a fake WhatsApp account posing to be Jimmy's main victim, and then go in and see if Jimmy says anything sexual. So, I did that, and, well, let's take a look at what he said. So it was pretty much just normal talk and chatter, until one day I sent this message. "You're a great friend to me. I know I said that earlier, but I mean it. I honestly sometimes think of us as more than friends." Jimmy said, "Whoa, awesome, but I'm 19, going on 20. I said, "Oh, I'm okay with that, honestly." Jimmy sent the face with hearts around it emoji. He also said, "I don't even know how old you are, LOL. I said, "I'm 15. He said, "Oh, wow, LOL. I said, "So what do you say?" He said, I accept, but we might need to keep it a secret." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Of course, don't say it on YouTube, definitely don't." He said, "Definitely. Some people are actually trying to make some controversial stuff about me, and I don't like that." Which is true. There were some people that the news got out to, and the news actually did get out to Jimmy that account was not his main victim, and that it was actually me going in, but for some reason he still fell for it, because he's Jimmy. Alright, now let's get on to some of the messages where he starts to get a bit sexual. Here he says, "Oh dear me, you're sweeter than ice cream. How about my whipped cream?" I think that may be a bit too far, which, yes, Jimmy, that is way too far. I said, "What are we even doing?" Laughing, crying emoji. He said, "I don't know. LOL. How about this? It's a feet long." Which, first of all, Jimmy, grammar. Second of all, it is not a quote-unquote feet long. We know that. I mean, your thing is Long John Silver's, not Subway. It's not a foot long. I said, "I'm actually naked right now. You're turning me on." He said, "Whoa, awesome. Happy to help." Winking emoji. Please don't send a pic. Obviously, this is sarcastic. He wants to see a picture of this 15-year-old girl naked. I said, "You want me to, don't you?" He said, I guess." At one point, he said, "Oh, wow, I better start, LOL." And now we have Jimmy's best line to ever come out of this Predator catch, or any Predator catch in the Haunter community. I will say, "My eggplant emoji smells like seafood." Throw up emoji. And this is where the whole thing about him being Long John Silver started. He asks, "Do you like seafood?" At another point, I said, "Are you done yet? Did you ... You know." And then I sent a suggestive emoji. He said, "I think." At one point, he said, "I'm still cleaning up," skull emoji. I said, "Were your pants on the whole time?" He said, "No." I said, "That's good." He said, "Definitely, but there's stuff all over the toilet, though." I said, "Have you ever done that stuff to pictures of me before?" He said, "Not a lot, surprisingly." I said, have you though? He said, yes. I said, should we do this again later or tomorrow? He said, maybe later. I'll let you go with this hot dog between the buns. That's when Jimmy ended up going to have dinner. He sent me a picture of what's inside of his refrigerator. You know, there's some, the normal stuff in there. We got mayonnaise, we got some leftovers, chicken, eggs. Oh, but what's that in the top left? A box of cupcakes? Huh, pretty ironic if you ask me.
Oh, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
Then I said, are you ready for dessert? Winking emoji. He said, yeah, drooling emoji. I said, wanna eat my cake? He said, woo, noom noom, eating with my hands. And yes, that is like pretty much word for word what he said. Yeah. And by the way, this is what he had for dinner. This is freaking disgusting. Like, what? Just taco meat? Like, that looks disgusting. And basically, then, I said that I wanted to call him after he ate. And I guess I'll show you how the call went. So, let's get on to that.
Oh, what's up? Oh, that's an awesome ceiling tile, whatever it's called. How's that? Got my tacos ready. Well, close to. In all honesty, they look like the Halloween, like this type of snacks you'd see like a Halloween special in the 90s. But there's the cookies and
Kind of ironic you have cupcakes in your refrigerator. Uh-huh. Silent, huh?
Nope. Actually, my head's screaming.
You know who this is?
Is it Satan?
No, you're Satan. You're Satan.
No, actually, I'd be I honestly don't know. Warrior? Poly? I don't know.
Sure, says the guy that just had sexual activities with a 15-year-old girl.
Actually, no, you're... Dude, I don't know how the fuck old you are, but...
I'm not your friend.
Damn right. But come on.
Yeah, you want to admit it? You want to admit it? Admit it. You're a pedophile. Admit it. Well, there we go. After this, I submitted the evidence into Willow, and he went on to tell me that it was even worse than the Jobian screenshots. Freaking scary. I ended up notifying the victim through an unlisted YouTube video, and she ended up doing the honor of exposing him. Did this stop him, though? Nope. He left comments on a seemingly very young kid's YouTube video, asking if she would be his girlfriend, which the comment has since been deleted, and I don't have a screenshot of. But you can take my word for it, hopefully. He eventually finally stopped talking to the girl, and the girl figured out that he was a pedo. And better yet, a few days later, I get a message from Willow saying he made a diss track on Jimmy. He said it would never be released to the public to avoid flooding his channel with things. So, as you may have guessed, this will be the only place you will ever be hearing it. And yes, I am adding this with permission of Willow. All rights of the song belong to him and his team. So before I let the song play here, I would just like to insert a quick segment, as there have been quite a few updates to whatever's going on here. So, basically, I was working on this exact video about a week ago, right? So, I'm inserting some of the final images. I am almost completely done with the video. It is jam-packed with everything and more. It is, like, probably better than the version of the video you are seeing now, and I'm almost done with it. So my phone starts to get a little laggy due to low storage, so I decide, okay, I should restart it, just to try to fix whatever issues it's having. So I restart my phone and I go back into my editing software, and boom, the file is completely gone, the video is gone, and I can't find it anywhere. So I have no choice but to restart. I'm restarting. This is the second time I'm doing this thing, and apparently Willow's, whatever software Willow uses to create his music, his account or something, whatever, it got hacked by I don't know who. It got hacked. Some of his personal information was on there, a lot of unreleased songs. He said over 100, including the Dark Side Jester diss track. He said that some of the music was already re-uploaded to YouTube, which I'm not sure if the Dark Side Jester diss track, aka Long John Silver's mix, is one of them. If so, then you may have already heard it, but I'll still let it play. But yes, it's tragic. If you watching this video, if you are the person or are associated with the person who decided to hack into Willow's account and do all this stuff, I just want to let you know it's not cool. I don't know what you think you're doing. You're probably just trying to delay the release of Predators of the Night Part 2 because you're probably in it. So, I'm not saying whoever hacked Willow's account is a predator. What I'm saying, whoever's a predator hacked Will... No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Whatever. Anyways, without further ado, let's just let the Long John Silver's mix play.
After working with these kids, I need a good meal.
Long John Silver's. In Long John Silver's Fish and More Dinner, you get 2 crispy fish fillets, golden fries, crunchy hush puppies, and fresh coleslaw. Fish and More, for less than you think.
Now that's what I call a meal.
Long John Silver's. Fish and More, only $2.09.
Mommy, can we, have Long John Silver's for dinner? Oh my God, you eat fish so much. You know, if you keep eating it, you're gonna turn into one. But Mom, you know how much I love seafood, seafood, seafood. We pulling up to Long John Silver's 9mm. Not the feeder, we them real killers. Fuck Darkside Jester, the molester. We them gorillas gang pulling up, and it's gonna be a thriller.
Turn up for Willow Loves Halloween.
Damn, it's fancy.
Seafood, seafood, seafood. We pulling up to Long John Silver's. Silver's. I pack 'em and I
but I fry him like a dog. Shots to your cap, we told in 12-inch longs. Lean belly, be your belly, we smoke you like a bong. Keep it a buck with you, we knew it all along that you were creepin', you were a weirdo. You tried to be gang, but you was not beer, bro. Moved by preschools and daycares alike, but if you run up on money, gang, it's good night. We know you preach cap, foot long, shove it up your ass as long as you're not prowling girls. You'd be best at that all over the toilet, and you know that's some facts, babe, babe, babe. The common sense that you lack, you're a fucking cuck, you're a fucking slut. Charlotte police, you know we run it up. New predator in our motherfucking town, prowling in the night, not making a sound.
Damn, Spancy.
Seafood, 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 we pulling up to launch on Silver's 9mm. That defeater, we them real killers. Punk outside Jester, the molester. We them gorillas gang pulling up, and it's gonna be a thriller. Seafood, 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 we pulling up to launch on Silver's 9mm. That defeater, we them real killers. Punk outside Jester, the molester. We them gorillas gang pulling up, and it's gonna be a thriller. Michael.
Well, that's Jimmy for you. There are some other things that played a part in this that I hadn't said earlier, which I'll talk about now. At some point in all this, Jimmy hit 300 subscribers on YouTube. He made a community post about it, and his main victim commented, saying that some of the best creators are the smaller ones, which was obviously a lie to make Jimmy feel better, as the victim later admitted that being in Jimmy's presence made her extremely uncomfortable. Jimmy replied, saying when he comes, spelled C-U-M, to Flagship, he will get more subscribers. Disgusting. He also asked for an image of 2 minors' bare stomachs. Both of the minors were males. I'm not sure for what purpose, but it's presumed to be sexual. But who knows? Maybe Jimmy just needed something to compare his stomach to, because, well, obviously he's pretty self-conscious about him being fat. But that's everything about Jimmy to my knowledge. If you have proof of anything else that he's done, you can email me. The email is in the description. Or you can reach out to me on Instagram, which is also in the description. I'll make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. And with that, be safe out there, as you never know who is a prowler and who is a predator.